let's talk about something else that's kind of related to the previous subject, which is the use of AI. And I'll explain my thoughts on the difference of two different things. One is covering or copying a song, and then the other is sampling or making something that's like the other song. All right. So when you cover a song, typically you need to go and learn how the song was made. You have to learn, if you're a singer, you got a lot of work because you have to try to bring your vocal to whatever key that is in the song. And then there's other ways of covering, which sometimes you'll see a person take a song and they'll perform it maybe in a different style of music, or they'll use a different cadence or whatever it may be. They'll change it up in some form, fashion, but it's still the same song. And you can tell generally that it's the same song. So to me, that is, I'm influenced by this song, this artist, and I want to make something that is very similar to what they do, right? Those type of things are cool because they can give you inspiration. They can give you ideas of what your voice can do. And maybe sometimes you might even just change the key that it's in and sing it in a different key or play it in a different key. And sometimes, a good example, Whitney Houston. Most of her hit songs were cover songs of something that was already originally done. Now, you probably only remember her version because she did it better. And that's a good thing in a way, right? Because it introduces you to other artists. Sampling can do that too. It can give you ideas or a variation of something that is similar, but different enough to where you can appreciate the song that was sampled. Some artists will sample loops, little small portions, maybe 4 to 8 bars from a person. And at other times, an artist might choose to chop, whether it be little chops or little, different divisions or chunks of chops. I don't have a problem with any of this, right? I feel like it's all art in a way. No two people do anything identical. It may be close, it can be really close, but there's always a little slight variation in it. And that's just the way we were made. Now, humans tend to do things with variation, whereas sometimes a machine can be programmed to do it exactly the way it's told to do it. And it sometimes, and most of the time actually, it will actually spit out an exact copy of what it's supposed to do. That is a summation of what people think AI will do. That it will spit out an exact copy of somebody else's artwork. But I'm here to tell you, it does not make exact copies. It can make something similar, like in a cover song, right? A cover song is similar to the other artist, but it's no different than if a human sits down and makes a song. For instance, check this out. Future like beats, future type beats. And they're all over the place. Where somebody takes an idea and make something similar, but it's not the same. It just has the similarity to that sound that you like. And if you listen to the radio, many artists do the same exact thing. They make a song that is very similar to what's ever popular at that moment. So, what does that mean with regards to AI? Well, some people say, well, but yeah, they're paying for that sample. That's not necessarily true. Many times, people just make something as close as they possibly can, but long as it's different, they don't have to pay for it. See, we don't pay for likeness typically, and we don't pay for influence. We do pay if we take an exact copy of something. I think the Ed Sheeran trial proved that you can have something similar, but it's not the same. So if the artist did not purposefully copy a song, then is it stealing? And the answer is no. Because every day that you live, you're influenced by something that makes you choose to do something. So if you hear a song on the radio and you like it, you might go home if you're a musician and make a song similar. People like Prince did it himself. In fact, I think it was a song called Erotic City that he said he had heard a song from George Clinton and went and made that song based on that. There's only 12 notes in music. We all use the same notes. Eventually, you're going to use the same chords as somebody else, maybe a similar cadence or pattern or something. It's just going to happen. We have the same tools. We have the same access. The music market is flooded with plenty of people who are bedroom producers who's going to do the similar things because they think it's cool. And they want to prove to either themselves or maybe even somebody else that they can do it. And so the point is, it's a waste of time to sit around and try to micromanage music and art and things of that nature to say, well, you don't want a machine to do this, do you? Because it would take your job. Well, first of all, I don't have a job making music, at least. So it's not going to take anything that I don't really already have. And I've never heard a device spit a song out that I thought I really liked anyway. Most of the time, the music I like is from an actual artist. So it's not going to take the place of a human. It never will. And it's just foolishness to even think that way because it takes a human to build that device. It takes a human to put the prompt in to even make the whatever it's making, whether it's a picture, video, or even a song. The human has to describe it well enough for that machine to be able to replicate something similar, and it's still not an actual replicate of whatever's already out. It's just a takeoff of it. So no matter how much it studies a song and, different artists, it's not going to produce exactly the same thing. It's not the same as making a exact copy of a song. That's different. That would be stealing. So we got to get through this thing to where we think that it's okay to gripe about AI because AI is already being used in so many facets and there's machines already producing things that you probably use in your home. Let's talk about just a couple things for a quick brief moment. How many would like to go out and maybe set up some bricks and some wood and put a pot on it, or maybe not even a pot, right? Find some way to put the twigs up and hang a piece of meat over it and cook that way. Probably not many unless you're camping. Or we're not going to talk about the other option that it could be. But the point is, you use a stove, right? And a stove, most of the time, are built by machines who are programmed by humans to do something that you need to service yourself right at home so that you can eat and feed your family. Now, you might say a machine like that is not the same as music or art. But I beg to differ because cooking is art, okay? There's art in everything we do, from building a home to cooking to even the way some people choose to fold their towels. There's art in it. If you've ever been on a cruise, you would have seen that before, okay? They do these little fancy folds. But anyway, that's a whole nother story. So there's art in everything. Even the car that you drive was some artist's conception of it. And guess what? They all borrow techniques and ideas from each other. One might come out with a wing tilted a certain way that gets them 5 miles better. Guess what? The next one comes out from another company and they copy that and mimic it. People are mad at Behringer for making copies and clones of certain instruments. Guess what? Who cares? Somebody benefited from it and got to feed their family. So we can't overthink this. You can't go too far left or too far right. Find some balance. If you don't like it, don't use it. If you don't like it, don't complain about it. Just make better music without it. There's no force in using this. It's just a tool that is out there if you choose to use it. All right? That's my last video that I'll make on this. I don't really see any point in talking about it further. It's always going to be a difference of an opinion, and I think that's just a reality. All right? I'm out.